Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarahelizabeth. Welcome to this channel. So I wanted to do a sit down style video today. Basically, I didn't know what to film. I went on Instagram stories. I asked you guys what you wanted me to film. I got a lot of responses for like back to school style videos, and I was thinking like I was gonna do like a back to school lookbook, like back to school school supply haul, but I thought like for me personally, you guys know that I struggle really hugely with this topic of conversation, but I thought it would be more beneficial to like just have sit down little chit chat talk type video to talk about change of going back to school after being off for a whole summer. Also, my hair is a greasy mess. I just put in a pomade, not really sure how to use it right. I just wanted to film this really quick, basically talking about dealing with the change of going back to school and kind of the things that I do to try and cope with it. If you're younger, going back to school seems like the worst thing in the world. For me, being older, it still is the worst thing in the world. Like, here's some of the things that I do personally that help me with coping with that going back to school. Let's get into it. This intro is really long. Basically, see, I don't even know. For me, it's just so hard to like live my life so fully and have so much fun during the summer and just like be completely free, and then like August hits and it's like, oh crap, my life is basically over. So my first tip I would say is like changing your mindset about it, because for me, like, yeah, it really stinks to like have to go back, but when you really think about it, it's 6 hours a day, but like it's 6 hours of your day and you still have the morning and the evening to kind of play around with. So I try and look at the time that I have versus the time that I don't, and that helps me so much when like going back to school. Think about the time that I have to do the things that I want to do, like other than the time that I don't have that I spent in school. And how I do that is with some kind of planner. This actually isn't a planner. I bought this at Target. I was school supply shopping. Should have vlogged it. I didn't because I was nervous as frick. This isn't even like, this is like a to-do list type thing, but I did get a little planner and I write out, like, I make a little to-do list for myself of like, after school, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish today? I'll set a certain day for editing and a certain like time for things that I enjoy doing. Set aside time when you're not in school to do something that like you enjoy doing, because that helps me so tremendously, like mindset wise, kind of deal with the whole change, because you're going from having like all of this time to do basically whatever you want and jumping right into having to live by a schedule, having to like teachers telling you what to do and you have to get that done and then balance what you want to do, also with like sports and stuff like that. So I find it so beneficial to just try and set aside some time for you, maybe like watch your favorite TV show, or maybe like bake something. I don't know what people do. I'm weird. I film and make YouTube videos. That's what I enjoy doing. So like maybe if that's something that gets your mind off of it, maybe you don't have to post the YouTube videos. Maybe you could just sit down and talk to a camera and let out your feelings on camera. I mean, let's face it, that's work for me. That leads me to my next thing, getting your feelings out. Write down what is in your head. I cannot tell you how immensely that has helped me. Literally, on the first day of school that I had, which was last Friday, I'm literally sitting there like so bogged down with anxiety. I'm just like trying to like keep breathing. Initially, that's how bad it was. I was sitting like in the middle of like everyone's eating lunch. I was in our like little library area in a room all by myself, and I was just sitting there like so bogged down with anxiety, like having a little bit of a major freak out. And I brought a notebook with me because I know myself, I knew this would happen. I just started writing down all of my feelings, all of my thoughts. And I know that if you're gonna watch any kind of like anxiety coping video, they're gonna tell you to write it out. Literally, it helps so. Do I have that notebook in here? Anyways, I had a notebook that when I would have panic attacks, I would just write my thoughts down, and it was like really funny, and I would just write in really big font. But if you just write it down and it gets it out, like it gets it out of your brain, because if you don't write it down, I find that it just manifest. I do this mainly at night. I keep a notebook by my bedside at night if I'm like so ridden with anxiety and like scared that I have to go to school tomorrow. Like, how am I gonna fit in everything that I want to do? I grab that and a pen and I just start writing it down. I write down every single thing that I'm thinking, even if it's not in full sentences. And for me, it just helps me. Getting it down on paper helps me. It gets it out of my mind. I shut the book and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can go to bed now. Next thing that is so important is getting sleep. And I know this is so difficult for so many of you guys, like my viewers that are like older, more my age. Like, yeah, Netflix is a thing. I don't use it. I don't watch it because I'm busy doing this. If you like get enough sleep, that helps so much. Like, I go to bed at like maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. And I think if I went to bed at the time that these other girls are going to bed, like midnight, like 1 o'clock. I've even heard people say they go to bed at like 3 o'clock every single night. Like, I couldn't function. So I think going to bed at like a decent time every night and like having planned that out, for me that just gives me like a little bit of more mental space and more mental stability to work with. Yeah, all right, next thing is kind of like a little bit more materialistic. For me, it helps so much, is getting school supplies that you like. I had to have a friend go with me to buy school supplies because I was so freaked out about it. But like buying like cute little notebooks, like this is pink, I don't think you can see it. A cute little like pink notebook like this. Or I just bought like a bunch of like cute pink binders. I could do a back to school supply haul if you want me to. Just stuff that like you're gonna get excited about. Like you're gonna get excited about going to chem because you get out your new pink pretty chem binder with nice loose leaf paper and organized pens and stuff. I don't know, whatever it takes to like get you excited. If that means cute school supplies, if that means having like a time of the day where you have a certain group of friends that you go and see. For me, what gets me through the day is the fact that I have a lunch hour time that I can go and just sit by myself alone and do my work. That, like, for me mentally, and I just write down my thoughts during that time, helps me so incredibly much. I think it's so important to just like set aside. That's another thing too, is setting aside time to like for you mentally. And I find that so important. Sometimes I'll do like yoga and take a really hot shower. That helps so much. Just taking a little time for yourself and writing that down like in your little planner calendar thing. It just like gives me a little bit of clarity. It gives me a little mental space. Breathing is super important too. I'm sorry, I'm just like throwing a bunch of things at you. This isn't an extremely unorganized video. I'm hot, I just want to go jump in a pool right now, and talking about this is really helping me because it's Sunday, I have school tomorrow. I needed to like verbalize like how I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, so I do this. If you want to like pull out your phone camera and just start talking to it, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And I know that this is a really difficult subject. A lot of people don't like talking about this. I know so many people these days suffer with anxiety. Coming from a person like with an anxiety disorder, I know how you feel. So just know that like this time is gonna be over. It's gonna go by so quick, and it's gonna be summer before you know it. Like that's what I keep telling myself. It's gonna be summer before you know it. Fall and Halloween and then Christmas time and then Christmas candles. All of it's coming. Everything, it's coming to you, for you, at the right time. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna happen right when it needs to. I promise you that. Freaking out if you're worried about school, don't worry, because everyone else is too. I am too. That includes me. Maybe me being one of the biggest people that's freaked out about it. You're gonna get through it. I love you all so much. Stay strong, stay beautiful. Don't change for anyone else. Be yourselves and just take a breath. Deep breath. Let's all do deep breath right now. It's just, it's Friday, it's the weekend. For me right now it isn't, but yes. You guys can attack school on Monday. I believe in all of you. I love you with all my hearts, and I will see you on Tuesday for my next video. Bye guys.